Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to Parcel Simulator. There was an update recently, if not today, I didn't actually look, but I haven't played this game since 2025, and I had built a pretty robust, I would say, setup, but they've added a lot since I last played it, and rather than starting a completely new game, I'm going to be tearing down my old setup and building it up from scratch. There is a new warehouse that we can buy, but we definitely do not have enough money for. It's over yonder. It's a double story, much bigger process, but it's going to cost $500,000, and we are nowhere close to having that amount of money. So, odds of us getting there today is pretty low, but I figured what I'm going to kind of walk you through is me rebuilding my setup. I'm probably going to jump past me, tearing all this down, and then we'll get into the building part. But I wanted to get this introduction and get you acquainted with what we're working on. This is probably going to be a complete pain in the ass, but you'll be there with me, so we'll get into it. Okay, one problem I've already identified is that apparently when I ended this, I left a bunch of boxes on the line because these were not exporting. And we're at the end of a day. It might be worth starting tomorrow just to see if we can ship these out. We're going to do that before I completely... actually, no. That'd be a waste, because I think... Actually, let's see. I can't remember if the game starts shipping you packages out the gate, or if you have to actually turn it on. That's how long it's been. So let's sleep. And the day. Apparently I got an achievement for correctly submitting 100 parcels in a day, even though that did not happen. And we're at the new day, day 40. Let's take a look. Okay. Perfect. We can at least ship to the plane. I don't know why this one is red. Oh, because I had paused it for some reason. Okay. Weird. And then this guy's paused because it's not worth submitting. But we'll be able to ship out these aircraft ones, and then we'll have to store the boat packages somewhere. Okay, so that's all the packages from the boat line. What I'm planning on doing, as you can see, there's some boxes stacked over there. Those were coming in. I'm going to be trying to use all the incoming lines, because I did not have that in my previous setup. These were just kind of neglected. I was like, oh god, I don't want to fucking deal with that. But now we are. So, sorry, I'm also just kind of looking to see what my options are for shipping out. I think I have a plan. I'm going to be tearing this down, and I'll walk you through the plan once I get more of this stuff broken down and made available to be used. So I will be back with you in a moment. Alright, so we got everything torn down. However, I'm now trying to figure out how to actually lay this thing out. What I'm thinking is that we're going to have packages coming through here, and through those three. We do get invalid submissions brought in from the get-go, and so I'm trying to think of a good way to get those eliminated in kind of a centralized manner. I'm thinking these two may just have their own eliminators, so I think I was premature by placing these. I'm thinking this will come out like this. Actually, that's a lie. It's going to come out like this. And then if it gets eliminated, it's going to go straight through down here. And if it's good, it's going to come out this way. And then this one will also do that same process. If it's bad, it'll come this way and essentially merge with this line, get eliminated, get those out of the way. All good packages flow this way, down here, and then I think over here we'll have some sort of processing, and then we'll also have eliminators on these kind of close to the gate, shunting them off to the side here, and then eliminating out here. Because we're also going to have packages getting eliminated as we process them, and this is going to be a bit of a nightmare to build out. So, thanks for joining, and let's see what kind of nonsense I can develop for myself. Alright, so here's the first one that we've set up. I also forgot that we're going to get approved packages. Man, it's been so long since I played this game. This is going to... I have regrets. but it's fine. This is fine. We'll make this work. So we'll get this set up like that. And then we'll get this guy, take this guy, put it like that. Excellent. Damn, I'm good. Right, and then we're going to take this like there. All right, so that's going to set up a straight line, kicking out everything that needs to be kicked out. There's a reason why I'm titling this I Somehow Built, because, man, I am not... What is this? Sticker applied, conveyor, deny. What the hell does this do? Oh, I see. I remember. If a box comes by and it's on label and it's bad, it gets labeled, I believe. So that should be fine. This is a good setup here. That'll get rid of all the bad packages. We'll keep all the good ones. The issue we have is we now have valid ones and we have invalid ones that need to be processed. But we will deal with that in a second. I'm going to go searching for another sticker scanner. If not, I'll get one. All right, little update on the spaghetti that we got going on. So this one opens up. They're going to be coming in, getting parceled out. Pun intended. And the denied ones are going this way. Need to be inspected will be here. Good to goes are to be coming through here. And then here, these ones are going to come in. Denied's going to come out this way. Going to go up this ramp, and it hasn't been set up yet, but it'll combine on this track here. At this point, actually, we'll set that up now because I have a joiner. And we're going to rotate that and flip it. There you go. And so, if we could just find the right pieces. There we go. All right, that's set up. So these two lines are set to deny, which is exactly what we needed. Now, I am also trying to remember what these things are for. I think they're cargo types, or like where they're going. So that's a useful thing. And I'd also noticed they added like prohibited cargo, like gasoline and weapons and whatnot. And I'm still having to figure out how that's going to work. So I may have to end up setting a manual inspection station at some point, but doesn't mean we can't build out some sort of future for it. But right now we're getting the basics squared out, and then the things that need to be addressed will get addressed. So I'll check back in with you once I get a little bit more of this built. All right, so we're popping in for a little bit of an update. I've decided I'm merging this line and that line into one inspection chain. Hopefully this has enough capacity to handle it, but the goal is that, you know, rejected things at each step, so whether it's a wrong country stamp or bad serial number and so on and so forth, they'll just come down here. I probably will end up putting a storage shelf here, just to have some backflow, and then all the rejected ones that come through go through here. They'll get stamped and get automatically shipped out. So that's what I got going on at this point. I did have this, took me a second to remember what the heck this was for. This is for flagging things that needed to have their contents inspected. But I also noticed I have a contents prohibited scanner. And so I think this was unnecessary. I think this was something that is for, like, if you wanted to do it manually, it would kick it out to you. But we'll see. Maybe I'll end up blowing something up by sending prohibited content onto like a plane or something like that. But if I'm not mistaken, this should get everything sorted out. I also noticed some of these need to be upgraded to the next level. We'll do that as we get more money. I think level 2 is fine for most of these. But yeah, we'll keep building this out. I'm hoping to get this done fairly quick. But as you can see, we still have a lot of boxes left and a lot more shop to fill before we can get this thing back online. Okay, so I remembered why I had this cargo inspection thing here. So this package needs to be inspected, its contents. You can do it by hand or you can do it by machine. So I'm just going to run it through the stamp, scan, and I'm also going to do this one, which does not need to. Now these are all valid, so it should pass. And so it's going to go here. It's going to get... Okay, cool. Needs to be inspected. It gets scanned. While this one should go right through. So this will help some throughput, because every time one of these things hits a scanner, it takes 5 seconds, so there's a slight delay. It's a bottleneck. I'm sure I'm going to regret having it set up this way, but these things are expensive, kind of a pain in the butt, and yeah. So this should all be good, and then we're also going to follow these because these should all be going to the boat. So I have a buffer here for things. They get inserted on here, get pulled out. If it needs to be stamped, it will. It went straight through like it's supposed to the boat line, and then it's going to go store here, and we're going to pause this line. So this should be good. Both these are good. Excellent. So nice to see things are working. This will probably have to be expanded, but that's kind of why I left this space here. If I realize this is a mistake, I can just create another line. It shouldn't be a big deal, and we can then make that work. But this is essentially done for these two. Just need to get the pathing figured out for like destinations. This line, once it comes through here, gets inspected into the shelf, out to aircraft, or it gets scanned and gets sent off to the maritime. So the only two remaining are truck and train, and those are over here. We're going to be splitting those once we get these going as well, so this should be pretty well set up. But all right, so we're getting this built out, and so these are going to be feeding out of this one. Invalid ones will get kicked out. So down this line, we're just going to have a straight shot to the rejected outlet. This guy, going to kick him out, can join. And I was thinking about making this one advance another, like, couple lanes forward. But then I remembered we have this thing called the kicker, and it should be able to actually shoot it over the top. So we're going to actually grab a rejected one just to see a test. So this guy's been denied. We're going to just run it through the full thing. So this guy's going to go, and it's going, and it's going, and it's... You know what? That works. I think maybe one more line. And then that'll be a good little solution to a good little problem. So let's try that again. Don't need to run it through the whole thing. We'll just drop it here on the line. Give it a little test. Bam. Easy. Oh, and we can change the power. Hold on. This changes things. Let's see what this does. Max power. 50%. Damn. Alright. Okay. That's, you know what? Just because I am a child, let's see if I can just do this here. Maybe save myself some conveyors. So now that we've got that set, let's try that again. Straight shot. Bam. Damn. Alright. Guys, I think we have a solution to a lot of problems here. Let's try setting this just right there. I'm having... Who knew... I mean, it doesn't sound like it, but, like, that's actually highly entertaining to me. So let's try this again. Let's see. Bam. Damn. Alright. I think maybe just a little bit less power. Honestly, I think that's a little bit too powerful. That's, like, shoots that across the base. So let's change that down one power tick and just see what that does for us. You know, I'm happy with that. I think that's going to save a lot of real estate. A whole bunch of conveyors that I don't need to burn now. I'm going to leave this line just as is because it is a landing pad for that. There might be some storage need. I just had an idea. I think I have another one over here. And let's see if we can just actually just set this up to kick these guys. Again, all the rejecteds will go from, like, I don't know, we'll kick them from here. And then I'm going to gather up some of these belts. And let's go set this up. See if we can get them to go flying. Make sure this is on max power, and let's see what this baby can do. Alright. Moment of truth. Bam. You know what? I'll take it. Once again, that saved a bunch of real estate. You can maybe put some sort of sorter here to parcel these things out. So, cool. I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. So let's go ahead and get some belts here. Here we go. Moment of truth. Damn. All right. Guys, I cannot tell you how that teases a little bit of the child in me to enjoy that. And look, we have another one. Let's give it a shot. What if we just go straight in, I wonder? Damn. Alright. I'm sold. So that's the reject line set up. That's perfect. Just to entertain my inner child, let's see if I can find another reject. And let's place this guy here, and we're just going to follow it the whole line, because there's just something very satisfying about watching packages get tossed through this factory, if you will. That makes me enjoy this. So there we go. We're all upgraded along the line. This bad boy is going to fling. Amount of upgrades are going to... Nope. Cool. We're set. And then... Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. Okay. I don't know why I moved these. But we probably only need those two there, right? Yep. Alright. Cool. So that's everything. That's all that taken care of. And now we need to get to the sorting mechanism, which is going to be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to use too many tossers for that, but at least for the rejected ones, I think that's a pretty good setup. Okay, so I believe I have a proper inspection line set up for the 3 of these. Hold on. What's wrong with this one? Stamp. Well, that's the wrong scanner. I'm glad I checked that. I'll have to fix that. But, so this should work. So I'm just going to drop this guy here. It's going to read, see that it doesn't have any sticker. It'll kick it out, because it needs to be inspected. And then these should all also be fully upgraded, so this should not take very long. 1 second per. Alright, so that's valid. The country. Valid. I've not actually inspected this one, so it could get rejected. Wait. Valid. Perfect. Serial number. Invalid. Okay, well, we're going to bypass. We'll have to catch that one, though. And that does not need to be inspected, and then it'll bypass the inspection need. Okay, so this guy's bad, so that's good to know. It needs to be stickered, but let's test this part, because this should then alley-oop it over yonder. And then I think maybe we'll put like a sticker applier here. And then we can move this guy back one. And let me go find a sticker denier applier thing. Right, I found a sticker denier applier. And that should go here. And then this bad boy, since this one got rejected, should plop over. Bam. Get denied. Merge over. And then get alley-ooped over. And then it should get shot over and get rejected. Perfect. So I'm sure there's no problems that will ever come from this design. And I'm looking forward to seeing packages get tossed left, right, and center. So what we have left now is we need to run our valid packages. I think I'm going to have them turn over, because this is also the valid line. So I think all the valid packages will merge and then get sorted into the sectors that they need to go, including over here. So I might actually extend this line once these get approved. Bring it over here, connect it maybe like here, and then have a central distribution point for, you know, whether it's going to train, truck, or plane or boat. I don't like that this one's a combined plane and boat. I don't really know exactly 100% what that means, because if I load this up with boats, then it's bad. So I think I'm going to keep these segregated and have, you know, the plane and the boat sections labeled and have their own own exits, and then have the train and truck exits for everything. So I'm going to get that set up, and then we'll reconvene. Okay, I realized I actually kind of fucked up when I didn't account for this one. It's nothing that I can't fix. That's why we gave ourselves some extra room, but this is part of the challenge of this game, is trying to figure out, like, what the hell am I actually doing with my life is kind of the challenge here. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments. I don't think anything majorly for the denial line is going to have to change, or the inspection line. It's just kind of this area needs to be addressed. So maybe we'll throw another tosser in here. We'll see. I'm running into a bug here, so I was testing this out. So these packages are getting rejected, so I'm going to drop this one back, see where it gets rejected. I think it gets rejected on the stamp. Yeah. It gets shot over, and then once it hits the sticker applier, it goes over here again, and gets put onto the approved line. That's not good. I don't know how to fix that. It's not a problem with the tossing. It's a problem with what the actual I don't know what to make of that. I wonder if is it like that's broken? Is it just, I don't know. That is very strange. I don't think it has to do with the tossing. I think it has to do with the label. Maybe this is like too big to be labeled. Nope, there we go. Now it worked. That is so weird. But maybe it was just that one conveyor was glitched. I'm not really sure. If anybody has any insight, I'd appreciate it. Actually, might have been a useful bug. Maybe I could have kept it. I could have, like, teleported packages across the factory. Okay, so good news and bad news. Good news is I've used every single piece from my previous build so far, but if you can see, this is not done. I still have parts that I have not been able to build, and I'm out of money. So I think I'm going to start the day. We're going to let this run, see what kind of chaos unfolds, and then we'll build this as we get more money, because this is so far shaping up to be a slight disaster, but I think we should be fine. So I'm going to just start the day. That's just going to open up everything, and we're going to get material flowing, and we're going to see where our problems are, which are probably many. So far, no major issues. I mean, we're at least getting maybe some of the maritime ones out, which is good. But we're definitely running into a problem here, and I don't have any more turn. I wonder if I could actually just get rid of this. Because I think you can just attach things to pallets that need to get attached. Attach. Okay, they're not liking that too much. So we're going to pick you up and move you. And I guess we're just going to have to manually grab these ones for a minute and let this thing do its job. Okay, we already have some problems here that we're trying to get worked out. This needs to be sped up. Definitely this is a bottleneck, but luckily we got some spillover. It's okay if we take a minute. Time is our friend here. I do love seeing those packages get tossed, though. That is highly entertaining. We're not having any drops there, it doesn't look like, but we are having some drops here because this is backed up. That's fine. That's a problem that we can handle once we get more cash, which is flowing in quite nicely. This is getting filled up, that's filled up. Maritime's getting filled up as well, and then what few aircraft ones that are coming in are getting shipped out, so no complaints really on my end so far, other than I obviously see some bottlenecks that need to get fixed. So far things are flowing that are built out are flowing pretty well. It's just the things that are not built out that are not flowing, which that is the problem. And there's a lot of these that need to go. I probably have an entire, oh wait, where are you going, buddy? Oh, you're going the right way. I got overexcited. You know, I'm just gonna manually load a couple of these just to get even more money going for the day. Get some of this stuff out of here. It's actually, we've got money to go and just buy some more pallets. So let me go check the shipping container, make sure that's empty. And then we got enough for more belts, at least, that we can hopefully get this finished, get this belted up. So get these guys out of here. A bridge that I actually need. I don't know why I didn't grab that. And then we also have another turn. So a couple straights. Get like 10 of them. Get a couple turns, and I know we need a joiner or two, so we're going to get that. Not super expensive, thankfully. Hopefully we can get all of this in one pallet. If not, we'll be back. But no, I think we're good. We got it. Neat. God, I love things when they work. Plop that down. I'm not sure why that just decided to become a thing. So what we need here, because this is the problem right now, is we need a turn. I think we need a turn. We need a couple straight pieces. To grab this and get you ready and lined up, because you're going to come here, interface with those, and go that way. And I'm just going to grab the actual pallet, because we're at the end of the day. So we're not going to get any more deliveries, which is good. But we are going to have to continue to process what we have. I guess we don't have to, but it is kind of a best practice to just, you know, clear the log, if you will. So I think we're just going to get like 20 of them, maybe? I think I have enough money for that. I do. Perfect. And then let's go grab them. Okay, I will say it's quite impressive. I actually managed to get all 20 of these on here. So that should be good. And I've thought about buying a tosser. But I think we would probably end up with some like mid-air collisions, which would be funny, but frustrating at the same time. So I'm not going to play that game, because it's not a game I'm willing to take a negative outcome on. And so let's get these guys placed. And then we're going to start declogging this real quick, because there we go. Perfect. Perfect. So that's clearing. Let's go get the other one. Get the truck squared out. Okay. So we've got this figured out. Hopefully we don't have a collision here. If not, I can kind of probably move that back. In fact, just for the safety of it, I will move it back. Put that there. Pick up. And then that should be able to toss it and get it where it needs to go. Excellent. So now that we've got these processing, I think the only thing left is this line here needs to be filled in. And I don't have any more straight pieces to put there. But we're going to let this declog. What's the issue here? Oh, this is the issue. So we've got everything connected now. I'm just upgrading the lines. All right, looks like we're moving again. I mean, over here is a disaster, but everything else looking good. This is another beast that needs to get tackled, which shouldn't be too difficult to do. Now, I say that with a lot of uncertainty in my voice, but I think we should be able to get that squared. But I want to make sure this is flowing just fine, that we're not messing with anything that doesn't need to be messed with. I'm not seeing any invalid deliveries for today, which is good. This is all functioning as it's expected to. This is obviously a bottleneck, but it is what it is. Things still move. We should be fine. That needs to be detangled, so I think that's the next mission for right now. What I'm seeing is I need to bring out the approved ones in a nice straight line. Essentially put a joiner here, straight piece, joiner, and that should be approved ones taken care of. And then for things that need to be sorted, I'm thinking a bridge, and then have it turn in and join right here, which is I think I was already planning on doing. I just didn't have enough pieces. So I'm going to go get what I need for that, and then we'll get it built out. I got these pieces here. I might as well use them before I do so. But yeah, this is another game where it's just how do you get the things to go where you want them to go without being an absolute nightmare. This is nightmare looking, but you know, the spaghetti is by design, so it's not that bad. It's not like trying to run like, you know, tracks in Factorio that just wiggle all over the place, or even Satisfactory. This is pretty straightforward. It's just kind of tedious having to place it all by hand. All right, so we got the build done. I'm gonna go and end the day, and I'm gonna be kind of curious to see just how well this runs, kind of as a full operation without any weird breaks in it. Hopefully we get boat open up, because that's already getting kind of full. We might have to add a third lane, which is unfortunate. I did have to kind of take a break yesterday in the middle of the recording, so I finished the build the following day. Not that that really matters too much to you, but there is a bit of a break in continuity here on my end, so I'm trying to also remember what I was doing when I ended. It was an interesting experience. But now that we're getting into day 40, oh, actually, not day 40, day 41 is what we're getting into. This is opening up. We're getting no planes, so we're going to pause that. I wish I had the auto pauser, but unfortunately, we don't. We're still not getting boats, which is bad. And we're not getting trains. Who the actual fuck is running this operation? Who did this to me? I'm going to get a pauser, because that's going to drive me nuts if that's the case. I did not actually think trains could be paused. So we're going to fix that. Let's go actually just buy that now. Okay, so we got the pauser installed there. Just upgraded it as well. Other than that, then, I think we are good to go. I hope I don't ever have to pause trucks. That would be really kind of messed up if I did. But what I'm thinking I might end up having to do is some sort of additional racking, or maybe just take a couple of these and attach them to the pallet just to clear some space. I think we'll do that, because I'm being cheap. I don't really want to deal with another. Okay, I think that's clear enough. That's... Okay, planes are paused, so we'll be good. Let's get this open and get on with the day. We're going to watch as the frame rate dies a little bit, and then as we watch all this glorious logistics action happen, we'll be good. The other thing is remembering to upgrade all these tracks to their proper level, because any slowdown is going to be really bad for productivity, because, you know, nobody wants their packages to take any longer than you want them to. Okay, we should be good there. These are flowing fine. I do love seeing these things get tossed. That is entertaining to the max. I have seen some of them, like, not make it, and almost end up on the floor, which is unfortunate. But that's not happening now, so that's a nice little silver lining. But let's take a look. We're not getting too many boats. Aircraft is coming in, but getting frozen. These guys are processing just fine. We've got a bottleneck. It is the machinery. Wow, okay. So this is a significant bottleneck. I mean, we're still getting packages out on the conveyor belt. It's not that bad. But it's bad enough that it's noticeable. These lines are good. I'm not seeing anything that's too concerning in terms of, like, belt power. So that should be fine. All this feeds properly. This guy could be upgraded, sure. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Upgrade. Okay. Cool. But saving up money now to upgrade these machines, because this is such a problem. These guys are flowing fine. We got 3 machines seemingly being... or 3 lines being ran through a single one of these. That's impressive. I'll allow it. I mean, these are probably the slowest... Well, actually, this one's the slowest. Probably just upgrade that, and that should be super quick now. This one's next. But, like, this is flowing just fine. No issues here. Get those upgraded. And then, yeah, look at them. Perfect. No complaints. No complaints on my end. What a well-oiled, well-run machine. You know, I'm just watching this all run. I am actually really impressed with my own setup, if I do say so myself. I guess this is a big problem I just ran and realized I have, because I wasn't expecting that to happen. Oh joy. Oh joy. So let's place that guy there. And then, I can't remember, how did I do this? Okay, you have the table actually behind it. And then you have a curve over there. Do I have a curve? Oh, I do have a curve. How lucky. I don't think I have a rack, though. Let's see if I have a rack. Now, I'll have to be careful to say a rack, not I rack, like I did in the... in the data center video, which I still thought that was really funny. But no, a rack. We have to get a rack in here. Got the rack, placing it down, and I just realized I'm going to need another joiner here. I think I actually have a spare sitting around. I do. With another curve. So we're going to have to buy one curve part, which is unfortunate, but it's manageable. I'm going to pick this bad boy up, pick this guy, and grab him, place that there, and then things should move. Okay, that should be functioning. I mean, these guys are just dumping out. That's unfortunate. We'll fix that in a second. Didn't think I put that part there, but that's fine. And then, what's the hold up here? Okay, still the machines. Good news. We can upgrade that, so we will. That does mean we don't have the money for the turn, but I do wonder... I wonder if this can act as a rich man's turn. Let's find out. I'm actually kind of curious to see if that can actually serve as a corner piece. Let's see. No? Okay, it's not that... It's not that good. Alright. Well, I'll just buy one real quick. It's not expensive, not a pain to get one. So add one to the basket, check it out, and we'll go get it. Okay, cool. So we just got the corner installed. These are all good. Shipping out to the truck. I've only had one bad delivery of a rejected, which is good. Still got a lot of rejecteds come through, which is pretty nuts, but we'll allow it. Actually amazing how many are getting rejected, to be honest. We still have a nice backup here at the train, so I might have to do some clearing out just to declog things, so this is fun. Okay, I'm hoping this big pile solved the problem. If not, we'll make more room, but this is flowing again. It's really unfortunate that we really only had one shipping option at work. I've never seen that, but it's unfortunate that it happened. Because I see we also have the problem here for the plane. I guess I have to expand my storage solutions, which we'll probably be doing next episode, because this one's already kind of gotten a little bit long. But I do want to see this at least run somewhat successfully, which it is, but it could be more successful. I think we just kind of got screwed with the way it decided not to accept exports at all for, 3 out of the 4 shipping options. Semi-backed up, we'll clear it out just a little bit to make a little bit more space. So these should flow in, clear up, get out of the way. Perfect. Of course you're going to the train. Of course you're going to the train. I hate you. Of course you're going to the train. Of course you're going to the train. But that's everything for today. So I think we're going to go take a nap, go to sleep, and then I think tomorrow morning I'm going to upgrade another one of these, see which one's the actual bottleneck. It's probably the next one in the line, but we'll see. And then I think we'll finish this day that we're walking into, which will actually be day 42, and then we will be calling it an episode. So for those of you who have made it this far, I do want to take a moment while this is loading to say thanks for hanging out and being here. If you do like the content, if you want to see more, I am trying to get better each time I make a video. Please give me a subscription or send me a couple like or leave a comment if you think of an area where I could improve or anything else you'd like to see. Maybe a game you'd like me to play or some other feedback, I would appreciate it. I do listen, I do respond, and every little bit does help. So I appreciate all of you for being here, but we're not quite done. I don't want to get that far into expressing my appreciation, but I wanted to get it out sooner rather than later. I am observing, and we are still in no train, no boat, and no plane. This game has lost its mind. That is so messed up. So let me clear this pallet. I have to do some work here. All right, so I got a pallet full, which is good, but not good enough. We're going to have to fix this solution sooner than later. So I'm going to go grab what I can from over here. Grab this other rack. We also have the plane problem, and probably the boat problem we're going to have to deal with, but this one's more pressant. So let's pick up this rack. I think we're just going to drop it yonder. And then I think we have another sorter that we can grab, or like an orange one, a store ore. Or if not, then we can grab one from somewhere. It's not a big deal. It's not that deep, bro, as they say. This is actually the extractor, so we're going to grab that, put it there. We're going to pick this up. And then we're going to grab this guy. And I think I'm going to have to buy another turn. And I'm going to buy it a bigger merger. Where are those? So shop. Corner piece, easy. That's like a joiner. I need a merger. Multi-joiner. I'm seeing a backup at the airplane. I'll deal with that in a second. And then the next thing I'm going to upgrade is this guy. I'm going to upgrade that because we can. Because we need to. Man, this is a disaster. I thought that... I don't think I've ever had these kind of problems in this game. I mean, it's nice to suffer from this success, where I have so many packages I don't know what to do with them. But, man, oh man, is this a disaster. I also just realized I needed another turn, which is unfortunate. So we'll deal with that. Okay, I think we got that fixed. We've got this is funneling things into the other rack. Got all these boxes tossed around. Got some misthrows, which is fine. We'll have to find a solution to kind of clean this, but I think this is the weakest spot, just because it is the farthest toss. And I'm not seeing any of their major backups, other than the airplane. Okay, so we got this rack cleared out. Got this guy upgraded, this guy. That guy needs one. Okay. So upgrading that guy. We're upgrading this guy. We did hit the end of the day, which is fine. Just no more packages coming in, not that we really needed them. But I cannot... The amount of money we're going to make when we can actually ship everything is going to be astronomical. So, with everything that's still coming through, let's clear some more off of this belt. I guess... I don't know, man. I feel like maybe 3 racks is not enough. I mean, we did give our space here to maybe double this up. We might not be able to do so with the boat. Or we could probably do a triple rack for the train and... I'm sorry. A triple rack for the boats and the planes. But we might need 6 for the train. Because that is... I cannot state how many boxes this is that I'm just having to toss on the ground to keep this flowing. And I cannot stress, I've never had to deal with this before. Granted, I think this setup is way more efficient than anything I've ever built before. So I'm getting definitely a lot more packages than ever. So I'm not used to the amount of throughput. But man, this is added a whole nother layer to the game that I was not prepared for. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually recant on what I said earlier. I think we're going to do one more day. Just to see if these things open up. I'd like to end with kind of a positive note. See how much money we can get. But if nothing opens up, I think we may just call it there. And I'll do the next episode with me fixing all my mistakes. Okay, so we're going to end the day. Let's go run over there and take a nappy. We had 336 correct shipments, though, which is great. We made $1,000. which is good. So, all right, here we are, day 43. Let's see what we can ship. We can do the train. We cannot do the plane. And we cannot do the boat. I am going to kill someone. But just for good measure, I want to see how much money we make from all these backed up packages. So we're going to toggle pause, open this up. And we're going to throw all these packages on the line. So we're at 1,100. I'm sorry, 11,987. I'm curious to see what we get from just shipping these out. So I'll come back once these are all done. And the last one's going down the chute. It's not going to ship out. But as you can see, it's rough napkin math. 16,000 in packages that we just could not ship out for the last 2 days. Finally out the door, which is good. I'm going to go take that money and I'm going to upgrade the rest of these scanners. And then once we do so... Actually, did we already upgrade all of them? Well, that's easy money. So we're going to upgrade this guy. So this line's going to be super efficient now in terms of speed. Let's go double check this one to make sure everything's fine. That guy needs to be upgraded. How did I miss that? All right. So that's good, that's good, that's good. This guy is fine. That one needed an upgrade, which now has. And that guy is fine. All right. So, what I'm thinking is I'm going to call it here. So I just want to give everyone, again, another thank you for stopping by, checking me out. If you've enjoyed the content so far, please give me a subscription or, give me at least a like. Leave a comment if you have any feedback on anything that you've seen or anything else you want to share. If you have any suggestions for either what I should work on next or maybe even another game to check out, I'm all ears. I do read every comment. I do respond when I get them. So please, feel free to reach out and give me whatever you want to give me. But until I see you next time, I hope you take care of yourselves. I hope you take care of those around you. And I'm taking off. Bye.